All right, welcome back to The Buzz, everybody. Let's bring in our next guest, Philip Bondi. Philip, how's it going, bud? How are you?
Great.
Bill's giving me a hard time earlier about this groin thing I got going. It's a groin injury that I gave myself the other day. What did you get people come to you with those kind of things?
Yeah, actually, a lot of people now have chronic injuries or have, overuse injuries or out of shape injuries. And so they turn to exercise as a therapy. There's kind of a movement going on right now called exercise as medicine. And we're finding that exercise as a medicine and as a treatment for chronic issues, chronic injuries and stuff like that is actually really, really effective, sometimes even more than pharmaceuticals.
Okay. So let's take a look at me. What should I do?
So every person, unless you have some severe orthopedic issues, should be exercising about 30 minutes a day, about 5 days a week. And now, by exercise, what we mean is also that includes physical activities. So it doesn't have to necessarily be structured. You can do, you can go out and play ball. You can go ride a bike. You can go do yard work. Just something that's going to elevate your heart rate and get you, moving. Because for the most part, people sit at a desk. Mm-hmm. And so, and they can actually be broken up into 3 10-minute segments of the day. It can be non-consecutive. But that should be something that just about everybody does. That's been shown to be the most effective when it comes to, preventing disease, treating disease, and stuff like that. Which, we all want to look good, but at the end of the day, we really need to be healthy.
Right.
So health comes before looking good. Then once we get healthy, we can work on looking good.
You're a personal trainer.
Yes.
Do you have your own place, or how do you work it?
I actually work out of a facility. It's not my own place, but Gil Roberts is the owner, and so he rents out to various trainers there. So I rent space just kind of like a hairdresser would rent out of a salon. See my own clients. I've been doing that now I've been working in the industry 4 years, but I've been at Gil's place about 2. So great setup, private facility. There's no random people coming in. They're just working out and not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everyone's working with a trainer, and it's all focused on just getting people healthy.
How did you become a trainer?
So initially, I actually wanted to be a physical therapist. And I needed a job that I can do during college that had good hours, was flexible, paid pretty well. So I went into personal training because I liked exercise and I liked people. I liked talking to people and helping people out. And what I learned after doing it while I was in school is that I really like this better than I like physical therapy. So I decided to switch and kind of put my entire focus into personal training. And I find that I'm able to not only help people with exercise, but it's amazing when you're working with people who come in that are heavy, they don't eat well, they have a lot of limitations, they don't handle stress well. When you can help them lose weight, not only does it change their bodies, but it changed their minds as well. They learn to think better, they become better time managers, they become better at managing their stress, and that is going to affect them for their entire life more than just looking good will. So I found that that's more rewarding for me than working in a clinic. Not that they don't do amazing work, but for me I prefer to be in the gym.
It must be rewarding when you have someone that comes in that's not feeling good, that's obviously out of shape, and to get them going and watch the transformation. Right.
That's actually great, because my program is called Total Transformation because that's my goal, is to get people to really make a change in their lifestyle. And quick example, I had a client, we were just talking about sciatica. I had a client who came in working with the physical therapist, and he had sciatica issues to the point where he couldn't sit at work, he had to stand. Over the course of, he worked with me for about a year. It was amazing to see, not only was his back, and his sciatic issues completely gone, but the things that he was doing and the amount of weight he was able to lift, he couldn't believe it. He's like, I had no idea that I'd ever be able to do the things that I'm doing in the workout, and because I was injured, or I had back issues, or even playing with his daughter, he noticed, he's like, I can keep up with Ella. She's the one that's getting tired. I'm the one that's staying, afloat and having to kind of pause and let her recover. So things like that are cool,
Right. I think a lot of people think that a personal trainer is expensive, but it's not that expensive.
You know what it is? It's, there is a cost to it, and I have a sliding scale. So I work with people on groups, and that's a little cheaper, but then I also do one-on-ones that's more expensive. But what you'll find is, if you look at, it's more about money allocation, where you're going to spend it. If you're spending your money all on eating out 7 days a week, going to Starbucks 2 times a day, then that gets expensive too, and it's really not giving you a whole lot. So, most people that are wanting to train, they've already gotten over that hump in their mind, and they're willing to make the sacrifice because they know that they're going to get a greater reward.
You know what's expensive? The hospital.
Yes,
the
exactly.
doctor.
You know,
That's expensive.
We're preventing
Right.
disease. Exactly.
Right.
You'll have less hospital visits when you come and work with a trainer because you're going to get in better health. And I think what people have to realize is, we spend so much money on things that we think are going to make us feel good that don't really in the end make us feel that great. It's that short-term, temporary pleasure. But with training, it is a bit of an expense, but you get so much out of it. You really learn what it's like to feel good. And most people don't know what that's like until they're training and they see that transformation and they're going, wow, I had no idea, how bad I felt all the time. And I was doing things that, and spending money on things and spending time on things that weren't getting me really where I wanted to go with life, and just in general. And so I think it gets people to be more focused in their lives and, be more aware of their body and how to take care of it.
You know what? When I'm ready to get a personal trainer, I'm calling you.
Okay, awesome.
Because I like that your positivity.
Yeah.
I like the way you bring it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, you have to be positive. You can't be. You have to be the person to uplift these people because the world is negative. So you have to be the positive influence in these people's lives to get them to stay joy focused and stay positive in their lives. You have to be kind of like their cheerleader. And it's actually kind of fun because it makes you more positive yourself. Like I'm a more positive person because I have to think positively for my clients, and it gets you in that habit. Thinking positively is a habit. It's not something you're born with or something.
Thinking negatively is a habit too.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's easier. It's more convenient for people to think negatively. So you have to get them to be able to invest time and effort into thinking positively.
Philip, how do they get a hold of you?
My number is 559-313-2037. Also, my website is www.bfitfresno.com. That's the letter B, fitfresno.com. So either way, there's contact information on the website, or you can just send me a phone call.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming by. Good to
Awesome.
see you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the buzz.
What
Stick
it's like
around.
to have it drawn into wrist.